Hello, I'm Czardus, and let's play Cities Skylines 2. Welcome back to 5B1C. It is time for the start of round 2. I'm so excited. And from this angle, you can really see the stark difference that we have between the European side on the left and the North American side on the right. I'm really happy with how this is turning out with all of our different builders. Round 2, we're going to add even more people with the guest builders this round, and check out the community tab on my channel for more information about some of that. Now, today we are going to focus again on this area that I started last time. I want to, now that we have unlocked some of the higher density stuff, you can see we have mixed housing and we have high density business. So I'm really excited. We will be able to revamp this a little bit more to be the look that I want. We should be able to get the Cathedral in, and I really want to get this train station in place. So this is going to be a major train station area that will really help like the whole region. I think it'll be like the regional center for the train. This one we have a nice smaller one for like intra-city rail that we can get going and stuff like that, but this one I think will be a really big one. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do that, if you are in the market for a new PC, be sure to check out today's sponsor, Apex Gaming PCs. I've got a custom line of PCs there. You can get Czardus branded gaming PCs or whatever you want. There's a coupon code in the description below, so go ahead and check that out. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and we want to do a few things. First of all, we have, oh, look at that. We've unlocked milestone 10, which gave us a nice grant, which will help pay for the cathedral that we'll build in a bit. But we have really high unemployment. So the first thing I'm going to do is come in and start to get some high density commercial. Although I think what I want to do, maybe we do the train station first, because then we can get some high density commercial around here and start to kind of revamp this industrial area. Plus, I don't know how big I want that commercial stuff to get in here. I think this is all going to be mixed housing, actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the train station first. The first thing we're going to do is unlock a few more tiles. I know that I want these two. We might go a little bit further, but we'll start with these. And if I can click right, we'll do that. Okay, so now this train station is going to be something special. I was just playing around a little bit, and I have an idea that I think is going to look really cool. So now you can see that rail is up pretty high, and we are getting this set pretty low. Of course, for any train project you want pretty flat land or really low grades and stuff like that, which this is a bit of a different grade from here to here, but what we're going to do is we're going to have the track come out and under the highway and under that rail, and then it will split to go in both directions so that it can come down there. And I think that will work well. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to have a dual train station. So we're going to get a train station here, like that, and then we're going to bring a road around it. So we'll go like that, and then we want to go 120 here, and then another 120. So we want to go to 240 right there, and bring this down. And then we can come in on the other side and get a train station lined up as close to that as possible. I think this is lined up. So now it's almost like we have an even wider train station. We'll go ahead and put the extra platforms on and station services on both sides of this. And we've got like a maxed out thing. We can get taxis and things in a little bit too. We can unlock those. We've got plenty of development points. But we're going to bring this back out. And what I want to do now is get a little bit of the terraforming done. We're going to bring this a bit smaller. We'll go down to 50, and we want to be, actually, let's get this a little bit farther. Bring the road to there on both sides. And then we will slope this. So we want to right click there and do a nice slope going up there. And the same thing here. We're going to just right click and do a nice slope going up to that road. Because from there, we want to bring this road down. Ooh, 16%. I think what we're going to have to do is bring this road up a little bit. What slope do we have here? And the road got mad. Okay, let's do this again. That's a 10% slope. We can do that. And then we're going to bring this road over, and we're going to bring it up a little bit. That was not the elevation step I wanted. And just bring it right around like that, and let's see what slope we have now. 12%. Okay, actually, I'm going to play around with this a tiny bit. Okay, so I played around. I got this as a little like key type thing, and then we came down. So we've got a retaining wall. I think it looks great. I'm very pleased with it. Now we're going to smooth this whole thing out. And actually what we might end up doing, and in fact, yeah, we are going to do it right now. We're going to come in here and we're going to do this here so that we have space. We're going to get some buildings in there. We'll bring this all the way over there. And I think I might try to get a retaining wall up at the top too. But we'll bring that like that. And the first thing we want to do is we're going to bring 2 lines out this way. So we're going to put this elevated so that the slope is as close to 0 as we can get. Yeah, and then we'll bring one more here. And I think it was 8.75, but I guess not. We're going to go up a little bit higher. Those about the same height? Yeah. Okay, so, and then we're going to have 2 bridges going across. So I'm going to do that off camera because, of course, as you all know, building bridges in Cities Skylines without mods can be a little bit tricky. You have to get the elevation step at every single segment, so we'll do that off camera. Okay, so we got the bridge in place, and you can see it goes across. It's not the prettiest thing, but it does give us another connection over that way. I'm not really concerned about that too much. What I really want is to get this side to look nice. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to extend this terrain level here out onto the other side of the highway. So we're going to go ahead and go like this. And I know it looks terrible right now, but we're going to elevate that highway in just a minute, just through here. Okay, so elevating the highway next. Okay, so we've got the highway elevated. Now we're going to come back and we're going to get this rail, this baseline rail, or like the main line, I should say. And that's going to be elevated too. And then we're going to fix all of the terrain in just a minute and kind of work this a little bit better. I don't want this giant like pit over here, but I do want this to look nice. So we're going to bring this out, and we don't have any rail for this to join to. So what we'll do is just bring this right out here, and we want this to be flat. So about there. And it does not like that shape, but it's fine with that shape. So whatever that was about doesn't matter. This is probably going to just kind of continue in this direction in general. So we want to bring it all the way across here. We get a little bit of a curve and bring it back down to ground level over here. Yeah, like that. So I like how that looks. It is a pretty nice thing, although that is a terrible, it doesn't curve right. Or does it? Sometimes. No, see, it curves wrong. We're going to take that out, and we're going to get this to be just a little bit smoother. This to be 180. Yeah, I don't know why it is so mad here. Invalid. It keeps telling me invalid shape. Okay, that looks better. All right, so that will work. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this line out and this line, and we'll bring them both like that. And then this is going to come in like that, and this one will come into that same spot. And then the same thing here. This is going to come in to there. I think that's about the same spot, yeah. And then this one too. And that's just going to open all of that up for some of it. And then these are going to come together. And I just had a Beatles song pop into my mind. But anyway, let's go ahead and bring this out like this. And then what we want is this to come in to there and there. So those have a bit of a split. It doesn't quite work perfect in there, but it will work. Okay, so then what we want to do, we're under that rail. So what we're going to do is we're going to soften all of this terrain again. Just make this look much nicer here. Yeah, okay. So then what we want is we have to figure out how to connect this rail to both sides of that. And we're going to split in two directions. And I suppose what we could have done, actually, you know what? We're going to leave this out. And each one of these is going to go in a different direction. So this will continue out this way. And this one will continue this way. And we've got a pillar in the way, of course. And we're going to get this here. It's funny, a minute ago I had a Beatles song pop into my head, and this time I had, I think it's a John Mayer song pop into my head, because I was thinking, like, I was going to say, don't it always seem to go? And then, of course, then, yeah, they pay paradise to turn into a pair. Okay, I have too many things going on in my brain right now. We're getting this here to be like that. Okay, so the John Mayer song is they paved paradise to put up a parking lot. Okay, so now what we want to do, and I feel like I have succeeded because I have remembered the lyrics to a song. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna bring this around, and this is going to curve like that. And you see how I did that? I like right clicked and then I brought that all the way over to there. Same thing, we're going to bring this to here. And this one is going to curve around like this and be smooth in that direction. So then we can just do this. And of course it is giving me a super high grade, but we're going with it anyway because it's going to work just fine. And then this one will curve like this. And let's get this to go a little bit further here. Here we go. So now we've got this nice way to get down into the train station. And we have the main line that can continue out that way. We can come in here and soften around that. Yeah, it's as if they did some cutting to get that rail in place. I really, really like how this has turned out. Now, the next thing is probably to weave this arterial through here. And this one, I think, was intended to kind of like go out that way. So we're going to bring it, and it's going to be beautiful. I really like how this is. This is going to come down the hill, though. So what I want is this to come along this way. We don't want it elevated. And actually, maybe we do want it elevated because we want to get over the other track. Sometimes you just want to play with it and see what you can come up with. We have to get under the highway, so we have to make sure that we're low enough to make it under the highway and the rail, which we are right here. And then we want to get up and over this rail. And we'll go like this. Actually, can we come down a little bit? We can. Okay, that's all I want to do with that. So I wanted to get that road through there so that we can use it as an arterial going out that way. And then here, what I want is we are going to bring a road. See, that goes down and under, and then we're going to get some buildings in there. And actually, the first thing we're going to do, let's double check, where is the rail yard that Teddy built? We have the train station there. Where did he build a yard? That goes out that way. Are we connected at all to the other side? Yeah, he built a rail there. And then we've got stuff going out that way. Where is the yard? Okay, well, Teddy must have built a yard and then deleted it, because I do not see a yard anywhere on this map for rail. So we're going to have to do that too, which is unfortunate because I'm not quite sure where I want to put it. So this is the main line. Maybe we bring it... Oh, this is... No, that's way down at the river level, so we can't fit it over there. It's going to have to go on this side, which I'm hoping to extend things out that way a bit. So I think we're going to have to use some of these tiles and maybe get the yard like way down there. Yeah, we're going to use 8 tiles for that. But that's okay, because we're starting to get to a point where we're getting a lot of tiles unlocked. I mean, the next one we're going to get 18 more. We got 15 when we got to this milestone, so we should be good. But I'm going to bring this farther down and hopefully not have too bad of a grade. We do have a flat spot over there that I'm going to try to aim for. Yeah, that's going to work out fine. So bring that down there. Then we just have to get a road down here too, which I guess is going to come off of one of these arterial. I mean, this one here, I'm going to buy 2 more tiles here. We'll get those so I can extend this arterial out, and that can go all the way. Okay, so now we're over here. What we're going to do is just bring a road across like this, and then we'll be able to fit our yard in here. So we want a nice big rail yard, and I'm going to put it like this. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit messy, because then we're going to have to extend things, but I'm going to go ahead and add another set of tracks there and a maintenance hall. So that is all going to be good. And then one of these, I think this one here is going to be the main line coming out. And that will come down like this. So that feeds into the yard, and then all of these are going to be just smaller traps connecting to that one. Okay, that's what I want. We can get it connected on the other side at another point, but we do need to get this road over here. So what I wanted was this road to really come along here, and then we can curve it. Actually, we want it to be straight here and all the way to the edge here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do a straight curve here. There we go. So that should get all of the service that it needs, and we have a functional rail yard. So now we can come in and we can get a passenger rail line going. We're going to connect from... Actually, we're going to get several going. We're going to connect from here to here. This will be an intra-city route, and I think that's the only station we have, right? Oh, they built one too. Okay, let's bring this all the way over to here. And we're going to come back and do this. We're doing right side rail, I guess. But it can turn around there. That's not going to be a good turnaround spot. This one will. Yeah, we'll turn around at that spot. And then we'll come back and stop here. And come all the way back out to this one. Complete the line. So that line is up and running. And then where... We don't go to the edge of the map on that side yet. we can over here. So that's what we'll do. We'll get one external line going here. Stop there. Come all the way over to here. And at some point, I envision this line being removed. But for now, it will work. So that will get some trains going out that way, and that'll be really good to see. Okay, now that we've got that in place, I'm very pleased with that. We're going to start reworking some of this stuff. And so I want to get rid of this industry because I don't like having the industry here in the old town. I didn't really want it there to begin with, but we really had to have industry when I was working in there. So we're going to make sure that we're on European, and then we're going to get European mixed housing in here, which it's going to be really mad about this at first. But we're going to let it go in and just fill the whole thing with it and speed up the game. But I mean, there's a lot of air pollution here. And again, it's going to be so mad to have this here, but it's going to happen. So I think I got rid of all the industry zoning here, and we'll see that shift over. So now we also have, I mean, we don't have enough demand. Right now we have not great medium density demand. Plus, it's not really a desirable area for the zoning, so they're not really wanting to go in there. They went to the waterfront first, which actually is a pretty cool looking building for along there. But what I want to do next is probably get a tram going downtown, or like going through this area. Well, maybe we don't want that. We don't have like anything connecting to our grid. We've got, ironically, the North American side has much better public transit than the European side right now. But, and part of that is we don't have, we'll have to get a tram depot on the European side, which again is going to be a pain. Can't really fit it over there. We could put it back in here. We've got a little bit of a hill here. But I think if we put this like back over this way, we could get the trams coming in here, and then we could have a tram go on this arterial and go right through here. And then, yeah, we could get a couple of different tram lines going. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to, again, we want some flat space here. So we'll go to about this height, get a flat spot for our tram depot. And we're just going to put this right here. And then we want a road in front. And that can come along like this. That was not the angle I want. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to come along this way. And a couple of things I want. I want a parking lot in the front for the people who work here. Probably bigger than what we need, but that's okay. And then we're going to come in here and we want to add a tram track here. And that's going to come along this way and out there. Then we'll go ahead and bring this along here and bring it this way. I think, yeah. I don't think I want it to go on that road. Although it probably could. This is pedestrian, so we could put the tram right through there. Yeah, and then that would get it to this arterial as well. Okay, I've talked myself into it. We're like going all in on trams, which I wasn't planning to do, but we're going to do it anyway. And that goes right through the center of the roundabout, which is beautiful. I like to see that. Going to come along here and then curve this way. And I have no idea where we're going to end up over here. So now we're at downtown. Let's go ahead and get this one this way too. And from here, this one is going to turn. Okay, now we're over here. These could both connect, but I think this one will come down now and then go along the waterfront a little bit. So from here, we're going to turn, and then we'll go through on this arterial here. Okay, and then this one comes along here, And I want this to continue all the way over to the big train station. And then we'll have to get a turnaround in here somewhere. Let's put this right down here. And we'll have the turnaround. I don't know, guys. Where do I want this to turn around? I think I just want it. I mean, it could revert. I mean, we can do that. We can get. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna get a tram stop here and here. Although, you know what we could do? We could have 2 lane. Like we could make this into a little tram area here. I kind of like that. We're going. Okay. Thinking on my feet here. So we're gonna bring this in. And we're going to bring this in this way. What we'll do is we'll have a track here and a track here. And then we'll bring a track this way. And this will curve there and there. And then we'll bring this back over this way. And this will curve. That's probably too tight, yeah. We don't want that to go too as far as we had it. We'll bring it there. And then this can curve like that and like that. So now we should be able to get tram stops in here. And then I want to bring in a pedestrian road, or like not a pedestrian. I guess a pedestrian road could work. Interesting. What we yeah. Okay. All right. Lots of thinking out loud and working my way through some thoughts here. We're gonna have a road that goes this way, a pedestrian road, and then it's going to come up and join that, and it can be at a steeper slope because it is, after all, a pedestrian road. And then we're also going to have it come out like that, which means I need to take out those tram stops one more time. It does not like that spot. There we go. That will work. That will do what I want. And then we can get a stop here and a stop here. And we can remove the trams from there. So then this is a one-way coming in. We can take this out from that side. So now it's just a one-way loop around like that. And then I'm going to go in and we are going to add tram stops along both of these. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tram line from there and we're going to add it this way instead. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I'm going to go in and add all the tram stops. Okay, so now we have different tram lines going on here, and we are actually full. So we're going to cut back on how many vehicles we have on each of these new tram lines, which are tram line 3 and 4. This one does not need 8 vehicles. We can get by with, say, 4, probably. And the same thing with the other one. Tram line 4 can get by with much fewer than 11, let's say 5. So that should work. I mean, we can come in here and we can get space for more trams. Sure. So now we can have 15 and we only need a few, but that will help get a lot of stuff going. Now, one reason why we're not seeing development here is because our unemployment is 22%. So we're not seeing the mixed housing come in because nobody wants to move in. So they're not building the housing. So what I do want to do is I want to get some commercial over here so that we can get our jobs in better shape. And that means filling this out a little bit more. And we have a cemetery here, a police station there, which I think probably could get upgraded to a larger one. And we'll do that in a moment, but I want to get a road in like this. And then we'll bring this road in as well. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll bring a road here. We're going to get rid of that police station in just a minute. but that will work there. And we'll bring this road. Yeah, I don't want to add another light there. We'll leave that out. But this one will come down here. Actually, that will be like this. Yeah, and then we'll bring another one along this way. Just to get a little bit of a semblance of a grid in here, we can connect there. I don't want it to be elevated though, so we're going to do a little bit of a curve there, and that also just adds a little bit more variety, so I am perfectly happy with how that looks. This side, I don't think I want too much development down in here. I'm not quite sure what we'll do with that space yet, but over here we'll bring this across like that, and we'll put a small roundabout here. And then we'll work on the other side in a minute, but I do want... We're going to get a pavement here, or like a pedestrian crossing, like that. And then this can come right down. It's going to be pretty steep, but they're pedestrians, they can do it. If they... that one does not... Oh, there we go. Yeah. That looks good. So now pedestrians can get all across there. That will be good. I don't know how many we have over here, but let's go ahead and start getting some high-density business, European style, in here. Right. Okay, so that is good. That is coming in right away. I want that all through here. And that will start to develop this area a little bit, and we can change this district now. We are going to go ahead and come in here with district stuff. Bring that over there. I think... So that is all one district. Yeah, we need new districts in here. This is the train station district. And I need a name for this. Maybe... okay, the road along the river is Foggy Street, which... I don't know that I want the train station to be the Foggy Street station. But I do want, like, this whole district to be the train station district. So let's see. Let's give it the... no, Autumn. Dean... How about, yeah, Dean Station. Yeah, that'll work. Dean Station for that. And then this is going to be a district here. I don't think it will remain as low density residential, just for the record here. I think at some point it needs to be upgraded. But I'm not quite sure that I want to be the one to upgrade it, because... Although maybe I do. Maybe we should get that upgraded right now. It could be more commercial. Cooper Glade. That actually isn't a bad name. This whole area could be like a commercial area. Or offices in there, actually. I mean, how is our unemployment is getting better? At some point, I think I'm just going to keep going with the high density commercial here. Although I do want to... Okay, there's two more things I want to do here. First, I want a pretty big landmark over here. So we're going to get two landmarks in. I want... not there. It is in here. I want the National Diet Bill. That's interesting. But that's not what I want. I want the National Gallery of Art to be over here. And I want it to be pretty close, yeah. Like on this main road here. Like that. A nice area here. We can develop this as a parkway at some point. We need to get better water treatment, by the way, but for now we can come in here and we're going to lower the land around this just so that we can smooth it out a bit better. See, now we can soften it on this side and that will look better. And then we'll put a road around it. It seems to want a road. There, yeah, that'll work. And then, so now we can develop on this side a little bit, and then we can get more high density commercial in here. So this road will come down like that, and I want this side come out like this. Same thing here. This road is going to go straight for a bit. It is a very steep slope there. Yeah, so we can't quite do that. Here, I'm actually going to work with the existing terrain. Bring this along like this. And can we get up here? Nope, 23%. Okay, so that'll work fine. And then on this side, we're going to get road coming out this way. It's a little bit not quite where I want it. Let's go here. What was the slope there? 5%. Okay, we'll do that. And that, again, that can get us a little bit more high density business in here. Get more shopping and, more importantly, more jobs to get that unemployment lower. Okay, and while some of that is building, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will get our cathedral in here. Actually, before we do that, we do have one more district here. Okay, first of all, I'm going to get rid of this district. And just going to take all of these out. There we go. That is gone. Bring this in. Take that and that out. There we go. So that'll be good. And then we can come in here and I want to get the Notre Dame Cathedral in here. And I think what I want is I want it to be on this road. Yeah, and we'll put it by... It'd be nice to have it there. It doesn't quite fit, but we'll put it over here. And I think that is a good spot for it because, you know, it's by the old town. I don't know that it is pointing in the right direction. Actually, I should figure that out. Let's figure that out. Which way is east? Alright, so I turned on night mode for a little bit so that we can see which way the sun comes up and stuff like that. So we have to wait a little bit. Right now it's the middle of the night, but that also gives us an opportunity to see the city at night. It's not all that impressive yet, but it will be. And of course we've got a bunch of rain going on too, but I think, so we're going to hold off on figuring that out. I am going to check unemployment again, 12%, 12.5%. So we are starting to get some demand again, which should get some of these houses to come in. The air pollution has cleared enough that they are, actually, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, no, they still don't want to be in there. So what we can do then is we can come over in here and we'll just get some more of this rezoned. And that might get some coming in, yep. And that will also help with unemployment. It should be mostly self-sustainable, but it also will have some people complaining about not having enough customers, but that's okay. And I'm going to see which way the sun comes up. And in the meantime, we have some people complaining about garbage piling up. We don't have a landfill at all, so I'm going to go ahead and just put one out here by the train station, or the train yard. I think it'll be fine. We'll come out here. I don't know that I want it to be the permanent one, but we'll go ahead and just get one here. And in the meantime, now we unlocked a unique building, the Epicurean Garden. I think we'll get that over here, so it'll be a nice little thing here. Right there. Like fancy restaurant there with some fancy housing there too. And look at this mixed housing coming in here. I like that look. That looks quite a bit better than what we have before. And I think that it's going to fill in nice. Unemployment is still very healthy. We're really waiting for that. I mean, that's not going to fill in just yet. We're just going to get more of this in here. And just go wild with it. And we know which way the sun rises. So we know that is the east because the sun rises in the east. So what we're going to do is we're going to reorient this. We're going to relocate and turn off snapping. And I want it to point east as much as we can. So the sun is that way. Okay. So a lot of these old cathedrals, that's how it works. The cathedral points to the, or like the interior of the cathedral points to the east. And I think what we'll do is we'll put it right here, which is going to cause a little bit of a trouble. Maybe we'll move it back a little bit. Put it there. Okay, so now we have to figure out how to get a road there. And I'm going to go ahead and come in here and turn off day-night visuals again. So now we can see better. Okay, so now we need a road in here, and I think it'll be a pedestrian road. And we'll bring it like that and like that. So those trees will come back where we had built it before. And everything, I mean, we could probably get a park in here too. Yeah, we can get small parks in here. Or a plaza. Ah, beautiful. We're going to fit a plaza in here. I know it doesn't want to, but it's going to happen. Nope, it's not going to happen. Guys, it does not fit. I guess we'll go ahead with the small park then. We'll get 2 of them. Yeah, that'll be fine. We've got a cathedral in here now. We have buildings coming in. We are going to let the game run a bit and try and get a lot more of this to fill in. Of course, unemployment is really at that threshold where I wish that it would be a little bit better. And I think we could probably fit a little bit more shopping in here. And that might help a little bit. Bring that over here too. And maybe get some. Maybe this becomes a shopping area instead. Okay, so a bit has happened. I went ahead and did the key all the way around here, and I've let a lot of this zoning fill in off camera. I put townhouses in here, medium, row housing and stuff like that in here, but that is not filling in. And I think a big part of it is because we need another college. I've added some more elementary, where I increased the elementary capacity at both of the schools I had previously built. Let's see, there's one here, and I also assigned it to a couple of districts here. And then there's also one here in a new district called Pinewood, which is like all of this area. And then that applies to both of those. So we have better capacity for that, but we don't have capacity for a college. You can see we are lacking there. So I'm going to go ahead and get a college over here. I think it would make sense by our National Gallery of Art. It could be like an art school. I don't want to do a whole university. I want to save that for other people, but I do think having a college here would be useful. So we're going to go ahead and get that here. And that will just give us a little bit more usefulness out here. And I mean, we've already got a parking lot there, so I don't think we need to do that, but we're like add to that. But we can bring a road in this way and just bring that all the way down there and get that here. And then the road can come along this way too. We need to kind of level this off a bit so that we can have this all the way around here, and then we can deal with any terrain issues around it. But I think this will be very useful like that. And then we can just get a few trees right in here. That is the wrong thing. We want trees here. Go ahead and get some oaks in here. Just a very basic line of oaks along here. There we go. So that will just line that area and make this whole thing kind of nice. And then we can come back and we can soften a bit over like this. And there we go. So now we've got a college here, and I'm actually going to assign this to the European side so that only people who live on the European side can go to this college. And I think that would be good. Hopefully that will help spur a little bit more demand here as we get more students coming in. We should have good capacity now all the way down the board, except for university. All right. Well, I could not get any demand for the medium density to spur. And I think what we need is a lot of, I mean, we need two things. We need North American sprawl to come in next, probably, because we have demand for low housing or low density, and we have a very, very low unemployment rate. So we probably need to see a big amount of low density housing in the area, which is perfect for the North American side. But we also need to have at least one university, and I think that will help. I did leave the gaps here are mixed housing, mixed housing, so that eventually they will fill in, and the whole thing should be nice like this. We do have one spot here where we don't have pedestrian, or not pedestrian, but we don't have car access, so we're gonna just add one little road back here, and that can be like Muse. I'm gonna delete that and let that respawn when it is ready, but that should be fine. And then also, I mean, we filled that back in. This is now low density commercial again, and that should be that. But that's it for me. So be sure to click on the link on the screen now. It should take you to the next video in the series if it is out. If not, it will take you to a different video that I guarantee you will enjoy. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.